their way on into the server. So we'll just get you guys an update as soon as we know.
As soon as we know. Should be shortly. Hopefully, fingers crossed that we'll get everybody on in. But, it wouldn't be a little Chancha League action. It wouldn't be a ChocoCheck game if we started on time. But we are going to be hopping in game here. We are ready to get into the fun, and it's going to start out here on Inferno. This is ChocoCheck's pick. So let's see what they can do here on the T side. They're going to try and set the pace early. A lot of utility picked up here, actually. So here we go. The dive on in. Carson trying to get aggressive up banana here. A little bit of a square off from the bedroom.
We'll have to see. DeKing actually playing in tonight, so a slight change from what we expected on the side of the ChocoCheck gaming roster. As over towards banana, that's going to be where the early posturing sends. It's first contact being taken for John G out towards that B site, but destination has changed. Leave one towards that top banana, keep that lurk in good position, and apply a little bit of pressure towards A. Wonderful options still available. Utility kit just to the smokes to work with, and Cynic, he spotted out a couple. George will actually go hunting for this one and find the frag now. Does this open up the hit in towards B? It does, and it's a rotation deep through spawn. George is just running it, sending it. The timing gets a little rough. Jonji has the information. He'll fall back. You have to fight one direction in this, but the nade, oh, it's so perfect. And George, his teammates are so late, so he'll fall. DJ in the back lines now has support, and it'll stay 4 versus 4. Jonji first to concede. It has to be the retake on through, unless the bomb can be planted, but not today. Bentley over towards banana, pushing maybe a bit too quickly, so Jazzpimp able to find him, and off the smoke clearance, Jonji finds the first pwn alone. A perfect timing to push past as well, so now the positioning on Jazzpimp noted, and Carson, he's been routed as well, as he will find Jonji, but Jazzpimp will shut things down and hold on for ChocoCheck to claim the first.
That retake almost started to come together. Still a nice solid round from ChocoCheck to get on the board early to get those pistols in. Going to be able to build on that one. Going to be able to make something happen here. Going to be a forced buyout for the Party Astronauts. Someone interesting there. Not a lot to show for it. There's a couple P250s. There is the scout on Pone alone. He will take an early fight, but no damage done. No harm, no foul on that one. 2 of the MP9 on DJ. There's really just not much to show for this, despite the force buy. It's not inspiring.
Oh no, and Jonji already caught off guard in the open. Unfortunate for him.
CJ trying to take a fight. There's 2 more players around this corner, but obviously the rifles in the hands of ChocoCheck going to make this very much their favor. Apartments, meanwhile, has been snatched. Some utility being spent to gain further control in towards the brackets, and this is just looking pretty darn good from ChocoCheck. Pretty methodical in the way they're taking the brackets control, pushing the scout back off Pone alone, and now the gamble stack will come in for the Party Astronauts. It's a decent call, right? You're in a pretty hopeless situation if you're just going to try and hold on with the split defense. So at least give yourselves a mathematic advantage here on this early fight. More down.
Jazzpimp.
Numbers up. There's the swing. Body drop. They don't have to commit to it, though. Are they going to? They want to chase this fight. Could get risky, and now they bailed out. They've read it right. They've realized the stack is here, and they're just going to beat their retreat to a free bomb site.
And free it will be. CJ, the one to claim the space. A possibility to contest for Cynic, but just the CZ. Gonna be tough to work back through it all in this round. His teammates were still trying to see if someone would come looking towards A, and now with that bomb planted and the timer already taken the decision, it's been made for them. It was a meager force buy coming into the round, and it will be even worse coming out. Just a scout SMG CZ to be saved on through as ChocoCheck prove a little adaptable in the mid-round.
I actually liked what we saw from ChocoCheck in a big way there, right? Sometimes in these rounds where they know they have the weaponry advantage, they'll get very aggressive and they'll chase out some isolated fights. Didn't see that so much. I like the way they took the brackets control. I like the utility usage. It's not terribly complex, and Carson being lost there on the tail end will mean they'll have to invest a little bit more into this round. But to just sometimes seeing those simple things, the simple bits of coordination where the utility comes out timed with the peak is nice to see from ChocoCheck. It sort of does define what the focus is in the game. Couple SMGs going to be back up. It's a chance to make some serious money here early. And the party astronauts will just kind of have to take their medicine in this one. They've got very little to work with. Just what they saved through from the last. It's not going to be a ton to show for it. Potent Alone will try for a little bit of the scout fight down mid. And that nade is decent. Jaspim quite low. This could get interesting. He actually got tagged by the scout, but losing Jonji means this is not going to be the strongest of holds. And Classy is just knocking down the door here. And Lee can at least make some money. A second as well. 1,200 in the bank, and he's able to get away with that SMG now. He has found his pound of flesh. He has done his damage. Can he stay alive here until his teammates can come into support? If there's smoke for cross, there is indeed. Ben leaked down means this round should be over.
And the spam through the smoke just confirms it. Pwn alone. Scout in hand, 2,700 he can justify. Trying to poke a little more, maybe find a frag in this one with 2 players wounded. A chance that a body shot could do, but not onto Carson. He'll survive with 5 HP, but the follow-up just as good now for Pwn alone. Go for it. More damage, that'd be fantastic. These are AKs. If you can fell one, it puts you in a great spot. But with the smoke coming up, the play was forced, and George shuts things on down. So party astronauts, they fall on their sword, but they deal some damage in doing so, as a full investment will now come on through. Pwn alone with his op to work with.
Yeah, I mean, they at least burn 1 AK there, right? Again, the T economy is going to be fine to get past it. I'm surprised to see Classic going towards the MAC-10 again. Where's his spawn? He's going up alt mid. Maybe he thought that would be a fast B play if he had the spawn for it, but that's not going to be the case. Just wants the MAC. Wants that momentum, wants that ability to jump around corners. Curious to see how they deploy it. And John G, finding the traces through the smoke, finds himself Carson, takes that deep banana control, and sets his team up well. So ChocoCheck's going to try and hit the gas elsewhere. Classia putting that SMG to great effect. Opponent alone out of play. I think this is a tricky round. DJ having to smoke himself into the pit. He needs to get this first kill on George. Looked like he had it, but it's not quite the death blow. Still Ben Leet holding in. That's the bomb confirmed. Cavalry should be on the way. The full rotation, and Ben Leet's holding the line. It's looking good. They've still got that pit presence. It's all onto Classia now. And while he has found Pwn Alone's AWP, it's not exactly the gun you want in this situation.
What a defense. Big step up there from Ben Leet to find 3 on the site. And in isolating those, forced ChocoCheck into a weird situation, allowed the time for party astronauts to rotate. So, hand was forced, and ChocoCheck unable to claim the round. The op stays up for Pwn alone as well. So, a good start to this CT side. And the aggression, well, it's exactly what we would have expected out of John G. He finds that success early. So now, we'll chill out just a tad. Still up aggressive towards the sandbag, and just on the other side of the smoke sits a MAC-10. CJ, oh, he's toying with this. The flash through, he's gone past. Now this gets awkward. Jonji, surely he's dead, but no. CJ fall, and Pwn alone keeps him alive, and Jonji, hey, he gets nothing done, but Ben Leet's nade will find the trade, and the man advantage kept. Somehow, that works.
I just like the timing on both of them swinging through the smoke. It's like a revolving door. One in, one out the other side, and fortunately, the player behind was able to clean that up, right? Pwn alone ready to snatch CJ, not trusting that Jonji, having gone through, would actually know if someone's in that smoke. It's just a little messy. But what you expect sometimes with that banana aggression, it gets messy, it gets chaotic, it gets a little wild. So they're once again going to try and finish onto this A strike, but the 2 players spamming through at once really confirms the numbers. 50 seconds on the clock. They could theoretically bail out of this, but with no info, you can see Jasper's even wary that they're going to get flanked around banana. So they haven't seen anything on A yet. Haven't committed, but they're probably going to. 2 smokes. One can be popped from Moto. One can clear some space in towards the pit. That's 1 smoke spent to push Ben Leet off the corner. Here's the other one in, so they don't have a pit smoke, but they clear the site. DJ dropping is a problem here, and Cynic traded out for 1. Means that this is a bomb plant and now a post that they can play quite effectively. Still 1 flash available. That'll be on George. Might set up a pit from Classia. They're probably just likely going to sit on this. And the flash just goes out to buy some time if a player was coming up lane. It's burned early. Now they're just on the guns. Just going to be about this crossfire. If Classia can stay alive in mini pit here, he's such a nightmare to deal with. They do have a smoke to clear him out, and his op is zoned in. They didn't know where he was. They don't have the info. That does isolate the fight, but they don't win it. That's going to be a problem now. No haircuts being given out today. Pwn alone trying to isolate this. Gets it done with the USP. But he needs this fight, and the Molotov is going to make his decision for him. This round is over. This round's been won. Can he get away with the AWP? He can.
Seems so. We'll stay alive with that one. But for ChocoCheck, a surprisingly successful round. I mean, Party Astronauts had a rather strong setup for that in the mid round. They had it red, had a bracket player as well as 2 chilling on the site. And there was no smoke out towards the pit, but somehow the pace with which ChocoCheck took it was just enough to find the man on the site, isolate the player out towards pit, and put Party Astronauts into a pretty dire economic situation. It'll just be the save. Ponalone does keep his AWP, and he'll play it out towards mid.
It was kind of
early shot.
an interesting approach to the pit, right? A lot of teams will sort of either isolate one or the other and then focus. Oh, the timing, DJ. That's nasty. What they did is they set up a screen to isolate the fights, and then they took both fights at once, right? So they split in towards that pit fight and the site fight, and they wound up winning both with only one player lost in turn. So that's what worked out beautifully for ChocoCheck. Still, that CZ shot was dirty from DJ.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, with the gun coming down in alt mid, there's no way they're going to be able to retrieve it. The question is, can Ponalone's op make this round interesting?
He has the angle. Might just be able to find the time for it. Glacia.
There's no way they peek him dry knowing there's an op
Surely
out
not.
there, right?
Carson has a flash. Surely a flash is about to come for this. If they peek it dry, this would be a death sentence. Glacia, arm showing, and they don't flash it. Just a molly. It won't clear Pona. Death sentence, and look at DJ. Anchored close on the site with the CZ. Just looking to buy time. Is Pona alone? Op posted up on the line. Another chance against Carson. He does not want to overcommit to the duel. Knows it could be the end of him, and if he can just bait in, get one more, even if he falls, DJ's in the position, but the team is falling around them. Rotation's cut off, so it's just the final stand. An Alamo on the site, and another teammate gone, but Ponalone is still here, the re-rack. Not quite in time, and Benleet's jump up catches him off guard, so now just a 2v2, but in the pit, George, nah, he's seen it. Falls away. This gets awkward. It has to be John G. They're just not giving it to him. Now they will, but George good enough to find it, and Benley with no HP. It'll only take a single bullet for ChocoCheck to swing forward and find their 5th now.
Party Astronauts found themselves in a rough spot there. Ponalone in particular, right? He gets that first shot, but then he gives up the corner, knowing he doesn't have any support to stick around. The support tries to get there in the form of Cynic, but he's flying through the arch smoke a little bit too late, and he just finds himself straight into their crosshairs. So at that point, you've got the op forced around the corner. He gets the first shot brilliantly, right? But literally doesn't have time to chamber around for the second. Well played by ChocoCheck to overwhelm the one big threat in the round. The AWP. I think maybe there were ways that Party Astronauts could have made that more dangerous, but tough to say without, really anything to put around the op. Aggression here. Molotov effective, and Jonji will try and chase it down, and he will succeed for a moment. Overstays his welcome just a little bit and gets cleared out by the spam back through. 1-for-1 trade. Don't know that that's ideal there, but it certainly will make ChocoCheck think twice about taking Banana.
And still plenty of time left on this clock. A minute 20 for the Party Astronauts to work with. So Ponalone looks to re-clear over towards Catwalk. Excuse me. Towards the Banana, of course. Ponalone.
One of those places. One of those maps.
One of those long corridors.
Everything's a catwalk.
It is. If you think hard enough, you can get there. And, well, Ponalone has his opportunity. George just spot him out on the jiggle, so a little wary of this, and it's Jazz Pimp. Is he just going to try and contest it with the op? The boost up instead. You can't get away with that against Ponalone. He'll find the shot now. Options really limited here. Man disadvantage, 40 seconds left with the utility kit. It kind of just has to be a commitment. Straight down, shot miss. Benleet here. Is there a smoke for the cross? Not yet. Jazz Pimp swings it. It's actually a smoke from the CTs instead. The Banana control, it is fractured off, and the op is still holding a flank, even coming through. It's Cynic to try and hold, but Glacia fights through. Now Benleet forced to fall away, but this retake, it should be well set up. 2 towards CT and the wrap coming from Banana.
Just so relentless. Talk about it in a second here. Huge kill from Glacia. Now the 2v2. It's an ideal situation for the T's. They're both going to play from coffins, but if they can win this Banana fight early, that would be massive. Cynic, though, good for it. Now it's all under Glacia. There's the swing around. There's the crouch. Well done for Cynic. We'll get them on the board for their second. But I want to talk about what ChocoCheck's doing here when dealing with the offer of Ponalone, right? They're almost always losing that first engagement. They're not being super cautious about how they go around, but what they're doing is they're so relentless that you can't really trust the reposition, right? You can't back away and go to what your ideal spot would be because you know somebody might just be chasing you down around that corner. So you're always worried about the next guy. So you could see it with Ponalone. He's constantly trying to turn around to chamber for that next shot. He knows they're close up. And so instead of, getting back towards new box where maybe you'd ideally want to play, he's stuck at first oranges, and then the tight up shot is just a little bit too much to ask of him. So ChocoCheck, relentless. And we're going to see that in this round as well. Their money is in the toilet, but they'll go for the SMGs. They'll go for the full buy here. They'll try and invest what they can to keep up the pressure. And this could be where you see the Party Astronauts start to close that gap and build up a real CT defense.
Again, these Mac 10s for ChocoCheck love themselves the Mac 10, and somehow they're always able to find impact with it. You talked about how relentless they've been in taking down Pwn, and now you can see his positioning shifted just a little bit. As a result, he'll play out towards the bracket, give himself a escape path, and oh no, Bentley only finds the leg, and Carson takes the trade on through. So, a good early start.
Oh, that's brutal. Jonji's able to retrieve the op. He'll back away with it. That is always a question, right? Who's playing with the secondary op here? Jonji's picked it up. Bentley's picked it up. He's the hot hand right now, Ben is, so he gets the big green. But they're going to shift off of this. They're going to head towards A. Why not? They gain the space. Look at how much space it is. That's going to be a timely re-smoke there for Cynic. But with ChocoCheck on the other side, you really can't trust those. Flashbang prep for it. The pre-fire trying for it. Cynic has it. And he'll hold on to the space. It's going to be up to DJ in the mini pit. He's got one. He's got two. He's looking for more. He's doing damage. Not quite the kills just yet, but George down to half and an advantage for his teammates. It's going to make it viable for them to mount this retake. The one problem is they've got the double off, right? That's not an ideal retake scenario. They easily gunned down, but I think it's just a MAC 10.
Yeah,
So it may
it's
not
a tough
favor
one.
adjusting to it.
Molly available, no nades though. Could have been huge considering the HP. Jazzpimp does make noise on the drop towards pit, so they'll try and smoke him off, isolate these duels. Another flash reigns in. Jazzpimp on his own. It has to be George in the site, and he just cannot do it. The spam tries to come through, but it'll just be Pwn alone off of his swing. Masterfully isolated there with the remaining utility for the Party Astronauts. They kept onto the double op and still managed to make it work.
Now, the bomb plant does mean that ChocoCheck can maybe get a little bit more going in this round. And honestly, knowing ChocoCheck, they might just go all the way in. I'd be a little surprised. Even for them, this would be an adventurous buy. But they do put some questions in our mind, right? But again, Party Astronauts, it's all about isolating that pit fight. They do a good job of it. Even swinging back out by the hay cart was a bit of an aggressive play from Pwn alone, right? You just wait for that smoke to fade and scope up. Roll it that way. It's not how they want to do it. Early pick here. It's the op that finds it. And an advantage for the Party Astronauts. Not only an advantage, also some relatively deep banana control. Look at the mix-up, though. They've shifted Jonji over towards the other site. Wonder if this is looking for a tendency breaker here. Or what exactly the read was to put Jonji over towards A instead.
Still feels like Jonji's over on that B site with the aggression at which Banana was taken. It works well for the Party Astronauts. And Bentley, big green, back in his hands, has the angle, but can't quite find the shot still. This is good information. Half of the time has been ticked away, and the Party Astronauts remain in control of the majority of this map. Some re-clear coming, though. Carson will push his way on up, but that's not the destination. Bomb recovered. This one's going to be an A hit, so it has to be Jonji now. Jiggling in and out. The movement keeps him safe, and it's just a bit of chip damage, but he's gone too far. Head removed. Now Pwn alone. Tough spot. Misses the shot, and he's going to get ran down. A man above him, but DJ in time for support. The knight in shining armor and the spray to find more. They'll line up. DJ will cut down, and now the gap lessened to 1.
That was a very timely play from DJ. Right? Not even, I mean, the last 2 kills are great. Obviously, killing all 3 is ideal. But getting the kill on the player balcony, Pwn alone was in a tough spot there in the pit. I'm not saying he couldn't have done it, but it's a lot easier to not have to ask yourself that question. So, very nicely done there. It's Party Astronauts now just 1 away from tying this up. And I talked about it in the pregame. 7 is the number you'd really like to see if you're rooting for ChocoCheck here. I think that if they can get that, then we got a real game on our hands, especially considering they won the pistol. You'd like to see them put some more rounds together here. But now that the economy's gotten good, now that this double out's out consistently, now that you've got the utility for these deep banana fights, it does make it tricky. Now, tendency-wise, you probably have the read that Jonji's deep, but do you expect the op to be there as well? Not so much. Ben going to get himself one more. Patient with it, and this has been shut down already. It's all going to be left to Carson in a 1v5 where his opponents haven't taken a lick of damage. He's going to be asking how many licks it would take to get to the center of this Tootsie Pop. Too many is the answer.
Well, we were distracted with the fight over towards Banana. There was also a simultaneously push out from the party astronauts, taking space over towards the apartments, crunching in towards all mid. They took down 2 players in doing so and completely shut down any options for ChocoCheck. When we talk about this team, it's normally categorized by the aggression of John G or a Time Cynic, but in this one, they're just using that aggression to establish this double op setup. Both the ops put on aggressive lines, both the ops finding teeth. So, for John G, he'll be alone this time, and will eat some damage with the nades, but he has enough utility to sustain, keep the forces at bay. But for how long? They're still looking to push this one forward. John G flashed in spots 1. That has to be the call for the retreat.
Fortunate for ChocoCheck, he didn't get anything on that one, right? A little bit more of an extension. The flashbang's more deadly. That's what the setup was for. Oh, classic Flasho Pico. Not going to happen here. But it is just pistols in this round, so we're not expecting a whole lot out from ChocoCheck. Not even armor on most of these players. Only 2 of them have any sort of body armor put together. Gonna need a little bit of fortune. Maybe a healthy heap of your opponent's mistakes here to be able to convert this one. It seems like they are going to put their bets on a play towards B. 3 flashes. Trying to think if there's something they could really put together here. Smoke's obviously going to go down. They'll go through that. Ben Leet does not have a Molotov. There's not a Molly here. Would have been nice for these players if they could hold one, but it's going to have to be the spray down. And Jonji's going to get caught without too many bullets in his gun. He has to back away. Ben and Jonji chime in for a couple, but Ben knows there's a player already forward. They're already up and past. He's doing the damage. He's finding the bodies. Carson, it's a big pick. It's a big kill, but he's alone once more. And yes, he's found an AK, but he doesn't have health. He doesn't have a whole lot of time to play with either. 25 seconds. Ben Leet even going chasing for that was bold. But he will collect it. Ben is feeling it today. 12 and 6.
Yeah, I mean, the op looking so strong in his hands. And ChocoCheck Gaming, I was trying to think if maybe we were trying to get something a little spicier with the flashes, but honestly, not too much found. Just a spray away, and the Smoke Party Astronauts able to keep that one nice and secure. Is this a tactical timeout? I feel like can't be, right?
Certainly
it's ChocoCheck. It's ChocoCheck. Surely not.
Certainly a pause. Let's see what we got going on here. No, it's a Party Astronauts timeout.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I've ever seen a ChocoCheck timeout. I don't know if I ever...
Curious to see what the adjustment would be for the Party Astronauts, right? Because obviously things have been working decently well these last few. Maybe just, you know, the guns are going to be coming out. The full utility is going to come out. Anticipate the play for ChocoCheck. But this admittedly could be a huge momentum swing. This could be the kind of round where we don't see ChocoCheck get back into this half, or if they crack it through, suddenly we're back to being everyone's game. But it has been, what, 6 rounds in a row? 5 rounds in a row, I think, for the Party Astronauts here. So it's not been a bad effort for them. It's been pretty fruitful.
Aggression. That seems to be the answer on this timeout in a different area this time, but it doesn't work. Initially, still, DJ has found this position. Do they know? That's a question. Surely they can at least figure it out, extrapolate the details, and Jonji falls. Now DJ has to do so much. 2 bodies on the other side. No. Surely he knows they're bumping into each other, and Carson. Oh no, a tragedy. So much sacrifice for that position. Nothing comes of it, and Ponalone misses the timing. Still will find the shot. That's the bomb. Dropped at his feet. He can try and get something more off of this, but they should hunt him down. It's a double op. Benley misses a shot. They amble up. The timing not there, and Carson finds one. Glacia will clean the second. A new look, a new attempt on the aggression, and Party Astronauts fall flat.
Yeah. Oh, and they went for a big gamble, and just about everything that could go wrong did go wrong. Tried to throw the change-up pitch there, right? Called a timeout to do it, too. Reminder, folks, they called a timeout to be like, hey, let's try this. And then they just kind of made themselves look silly. Fell on over, stumbled, said, hey, watch this, and then ate it on the curb. And this round, DJ's going to get caught over and towards mid. Those really aggressive plays, those goofy plays, right, where you try and upset their apple cart before they can get going. That's where ChocoCheck thrives. They love the chaos. They love the aggression. Come wrestle in the mud with them. They will be very happy about it.
That they will. ChocoCheck find themselves in a position of luxury that it feels like they've never really been afforded. At at least in the last 5 rounds, with finding this opening frag. For the party astronauts, they'll look to find information somewhere. A bit of aggression toyed with over towards the apartments from that balcony player, but still, Bentley will hold, just back up Pwn alone. On this off, a shot really needs to be hit here before they get too close. The reactionary gap is slowly closing with each passing second, but a pause. Pwn alone will push forward. Do they reconsider this? No, it's a wrap. Heading back towards B, in towards spawn. It has to be Cynic now, and as the op falls, even more pressure applied onto his back. The Vice slowly squeezing in, but he's broken his way out of it. His teammates, though, taken down around. The bomb has made it in towards this A site, so the solo play, it really has to continue. Jonji is so light, far behind. There are kits. The utility limited. 1 molly, 1 flash to go for this retake.
And CJ's position's going to be deadly. This all hinges on, does Cynic clear mid? CJ holding for it. He knows the gun barrel's there now. It's all going to be about the timing. There we go. Kill for free. Jonji has to back away.
That's it.
Nothing you can do about this one. Just not going to happen. He'll hold for 1 more exit to see if someone comes a little bit too aggressive in towards the library. But that is going to be ChocoCheck taking the lead back, a 7th round, building on the mistakes of the party astronauts and really capitalizing now. They've got a prime chance, not just in this half, but realistically in this map as well. That shall we say, miscue of a round from the party astronauts cracked the door, and ChocoCheck just put the shoulder into it to blow it wide open.
That they did. 7-6 now. ChocoCheck come out on top with a lead. And the money, it has ran out for the party astronauts. Only 1 gun invested in top of the 1 save for Jonji in this round. They're trying to at least get something done where the hero rifle's positioned. 1 over towards that B site and the other on a solo play. Cynic, it's just him over towards A, and the utility already dealing a good chunk of damage onto both Jonji and DJ. This play, it has been done so many times. Can it find success again? Somehow, it just keeps working. But Jonji's only good for 1, and his gun, it is down so deep. Surely they have to push to try and recover that weapon, a defuse kit. A delicious treat if they could even get their hands on it, but that forbidden fruit, it's being safeguarded. The snake of CJ shuts that down, so off the opening engagement, ChocoCheck to stay on top.
I like it. Getting wild out here. Oh, good effort by CJ to get rid of the guns. Take that out of play. Throw them behind the gate. No AKs for you. No AKs for you if we abandon B. Which it's looking like they're probably going to do. So now you're going to get another chance with a rifle. They found the gun that they know exists. They have no idea Cynic's got an M4. Could lead to a miscalculation. But it's just going to be that dry M4. No util. No nothing to put behind it. He's just going to have to put the work in with the gun. Now the double push down banana. They're going to find no gun. Obviously be very disappointed by that one. But what's Classy going to get from on the balcony? Oh, they're ahead of the Balk player. They're keeping him in reserve. There's going to be a kill for free. There's the off out, but it's only 1. 1 and done is fine. Good effort here. And they're going to be able to get away from this round with some bodies lost, to be fair. But no round lost with it.
No loss to be found for them. 8-6 now, the favor that ChocoCheck have claimed, and the investment will be meager for the party astronauts. No AWP to work with. My biggest question is, are they going to keep trying this aggression? It really feels like one of the only things that has consistently worked. Push banana, you get a kill practically every time. But Jazzpimp seems aware that that could be an option, as he'll just post up with his AWP. They know that they'll hold on to this gun advantage, at least in way of the scoped rifles, so that side of the map is secured. But elsewhere, it's Glacia getting aggressive. He's taking a lot of space in the apartments, and Amali looks to help clear him some space, but this is just a poke. Glacia not overcommitting. Banana control, that's taken too. Lots of options early here for ChocoCheck.
Carson getting some heat on his feet. Does love to do that. Is there a gap? Johnny's trying to find it. I don't think there is. Oh, there is. There's an ankle gap. The flashbang's good, though. Jonji somehow not taking a bullet of damage in that, and he's going to get aggressive. They're going to flash for it. They're going to flash for him to come through, and he's done so, but he predicts a player in the corner. That's just not the case. So a freebie for Carson. Jonji Down for the count in this one. Those aggressive plays have, by and large, not paid out terribly well for the party. Asot spam battle going on here. Opponent alone steps away with 2. Keeps the numbers even at the least. He's looking for more. He's got it. Back of the site from downtown. Opponent alone strikes. And now they're going to be bringing the pain immediately. That smoke clears. They're in. They're fighting the pool. But that distracts from Glacia, who swings from the oranges. Jazz Pimp was just the bait. How did that work out for ChocoCheck? A re-smoke up as well. Now they've got a prime position to hold this post plant. That could have been so bad. The player pool, Jazz Pimp, so blinded. But Glacia finds the perfect timing to swing out to support his teammate. And he gets 2 freebies, right? Because they're both fighting the guy pool.
Yeah.
They can't deal with him. DJ,
Oh,
his
no.
position now revealed. Dancing on the smoke, and Jazz Pimp's just going to hold to see if he can't get a knife. All right, here come the shenanigans. They know they've won the round, and they'll seal the deal. 9-6 at the half as we head into a break. Yeah, and we're back. Thanks for bearing with us there. Just a little hiccup as CSGO put an update out. New capsule, couple bug fixes. Think they finally fixed the Molotov on Vertigo, so pretty happy
Really?
about that one. Yeah, no more bug molly preventing your B rushes.
Well, love to see some changes. Don't love to see some delays, but we're finally back into the action here. Party astronauts, for the break, found themselves at a bit of a deficit on that CT side. Once the double op got shut down, they struggled now. Into the pistol round here, George. He spotted out a couple, but the apartment's control, it's been lost unless CJ can turn that ship around for one. It's good enough, but the ship, hey, it stays planted. Same position in the water, we're fine. It's even odds, 4 versus 4 as the bomb will posture over towards B. That's the right call. Only Jazz Pimp to hold.
Molotov going to be down. Jaspimp using that util to delay. Nate could be chonky. Does he find the timing? Does he find the timing? No, not yet, at least. I'm going to start to back that off. So just showing this presence. They're holding the players here, but they've worked their way through arches now. And now they're going to settle in towards B. Or sorry, towards A. You know, whichever site this is. Here comes the pressure. Can the player library come in to help? No, because he's dead. And now pressure on towards the graveyard player. George down for the count. That should just about seal the deal. Jaspimp has an HE. He has no armor. And he's got one lonely USP. So this is going to take the taps of his life to bring this one through. And now his position's been given up as well. This is a pretty miserable spot to be in for Jaspimp. And he's hoping that someone's isolating the library to give him a fight. But unfortunately for him, that's just not going to be the case. And at this point, he's running out of time. He's running out of chances. And if they don't give him fights for free, there really shouldn't be a way he can win this round. Now they know where he's at. They're pressuring him. They're pushing him back. He's obviously got nothing to save. There's just nothing to win there.
Nothing doing for the side of ChocoCheck. Party Astronauts, honestly, really well set up round from them. Early on, they take space towards apartments, kind of catapult that into some A pressure. Cut noise, chill out. B, they make it look like it's their destination. There was only one player on the site, so Molly Pop, little bit of panic rotations called out for ChocoCheck. And in the chaos, Party Astronauts just turned back around, took the A site in good standings, and isolated the player that was the anchor, and as well, isolated the player out towards library. Now, for the force buy, ChocoCheck has not too much to work with. And with their scout dying at the hands of Pone alone, they have even less. Now they got it back. And now it's gone again.
This one is messy. All right, that AK just keeps changing hands. Here it feels cursed, but Clasia, he solved the curse. He's broken it and maybe our server as well. I think he may have just had a game crash at the most unfortunate of moments there. Oh, that one's going to be a bitter pill to swallow. Don't know what happened, folks. Hopefully, we'll get him back in the server. Obviously, with damage having been done, the round will not be replayed. But that was quite the clip to hit and then crash. Really unfortunate there. Carson trying to sneak his way out on towards the site is not going to be able to. Wandering out of the smoke, he will be collected, and that'll be a round that I think Party Astronauts are thanking their lucky stars for, because Classic nearly completely upset that one.
Yeah, some problems showing through there in the attack for the Party Astronauts. Yeah. Left a little gap. Classy exploits it. Picks up a rifle and nearly turns things around. I mean, I don't know. Gaben is just shining bright down on the Party Astronauts today.
The applause does come through for a technical timeout. So whatever happened with Classy obviously didn't magically get resolved. Real bummer for him. We see any twitching out of his crosshair? Let's see. Is he going to move it? Show us he's back in. Oh, all right.
There we go.
He's back in. Maybe he just got so excited after hitting a 3-piece that he ripped his mouse out.
Just slams it into his desk. Don't worry. He's got replacements on standby. Plugs a brand new one straight back on in. And he's good to go.
He's got a dispenser under his desk. He's like, all right, next one up.
Yeah, and I thought I read an article where he was working on the mental, right? Where he was trying to be a better teammate. Maybe Dust 2 is lying to us. Jokes aside.
I mean, that was out of joy, right? After he hit the 3K.
Yeah.
So maybe
no more raging, no more getting angry, but you can express your joy in a different way. Yeah, I respect that.
Full in.
A little fun with it. All right, John G.
Full in on the happiness.
What? Well, bye-bye, Bentley.
Oh, I think that may have been Classy.
Was that Classy again?
Out.
Yeah, that was.
I think that's what happened. Yeah. zoned out in the church there. That's really going to be unfortunate. Now, here's the question. Did it happen before there was damage in the round? I think it did. So this
What?
round could theoretically be replayed. And I think it might be.
That's what I would be thinking. I'm trying to... That should have been before, because that was just when the flashes were through. No actual damage had been found, so we'll have to see. The admins will know a little more than us, do their due diligence to get things fixed on back up.
Yeah. All right. Would imagine that's what's going to be happening here. See if we can get some more details on that, on what's going on. But I'd imagine this is going to be a medic for that round. They might just roll on. Obviously, it was an eco, so you weren't expecting much out of that round regardless. But you don't want to have players dropping out. That much is clear here, folks. So hopefully we'll get that resolved in just a moment. Might be a wee smidge bit of time here, though. Party Astronauts obviously closing the gap here right off the jump. This is just the pistol round effect coming through. You still are going to have a pretty prime situation for ChocoCheck when they can actually get a buy together, when they can actually get the rounds together, which should be this next round, assuming we're not replaying. It'll be the next round, round 19, whenever we do get to it. You'll have the investment come through it. For ChocoCheck, that'll be the chance for them to put their stamp on this half.
That it will. You said the words ChocoCheck stamp, and that just put my mind straight into the gutter. Because, it's all chocolate milk themed, They got the chalky milk vibes going. Would the ChocoCheck stamp be like a wax seal of chocolate milk? Or would it be like a congealed milk seal? That's kind of cursed to think about, but...
I have questions. My first question is...
Yeah.
Definitely the wax seal. My first question is, why is that in the gutter? Where are you going with this? Mine in the gutter. I'm trying to figure out the connection here.
I don't think... No, it's not that... Maybe gutter's not the right word. We're like street level, okay? We're like solidly street level.
All right, above the gutter on the paving stones.
Yeah,
Which right now, with the way the snow has been here in Philadelphia, it might as well be the gutter. It's gone nice and gray on us.
Yeah.
Real gross. I like a snowstorm where the snow falls and then sticks around for like 2 days max and melts, goes away, isn't a problem. This is just sticking around and turning into the gray grossness of a city.
I like being able to like bike to go get groceries without fear of dying on a road.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that right now. It's pretty nasty out.
Yeah.
We're into the melt refreeze cycle. Not great.
No.
Noodle loves it. My dog is a fanatic for snow, though. He goes ballistic anytime there's an untouched patch of snow.
That's actually really impressive.
Yeah,
I thought they needed a roster change, so maybe that's what they're...
Well, Alex wasn't cutting it as an IGL, so they thought, let's bring in a real hound dog. And they called up Noodle. Gave him the contract. I was surprised they had jerseys that fit him. But, turns out they're ready to go.
That's impressive. I didn't think your dog was French, but I guess he's going on over. I mean... What?
No, look, no opposable thumbs makes it difficult to operate the mouse, but he just kind of mashes the keyboard with his face and somehow top frags.
I just realized I said French in reference to Fnatic. I heard Alex, and I went back to, Vitality. French.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No, not quite.
Swedish,
I think
English.
that...
It's UKCS now, don't you know?
Yeah, it's UKCS now. He can speak English, surely, right?
At
least British English.
He can bark in whatever language you want him to. The French dogs don't say woof; they say waff.
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 I didn't know that one.
Yeah, British dogs say right-o.
Is that what he says now? Like, do you have any like vouchers?
He's working on it. He's working on it. I got on Duolingo for dogs.
Well,
yeah.
It's good. It's good to get a little knowledge, get a little happen. Looks like we have an update from the admin team, and that is that there is no update. We have no idea where he has gone. It seems as though Clausia has fallen off the face of the earth.
We're getting a match medic here. It is going to take just a little bit to get this one sorted, folks. We're going to take just a quick little break so you don't have to hear us ruminate on what dogs speak and what my dog's doing on Fnatic. We'll be right back in a flash here. And we're back in. Thanks for bearing with us there. It seems like we didn't match Medic that round. Actually, we did. Okay. No, we did. It's gonna the score will update after this round. Is the way that this is gonna work. So it's gonna show 9-9 right now. It's actually 9-8. Party Astronauts 8 rounds, I believe, should be rectified right after this one, depending on the outcome of this. Classy is bought in with a FAMAS in this round, but he's the only one. So he's going in with the big gun.
Uh-oh.
And looks like he may have crashed back out. They backed out into church. No.
Oh, no.
Oh,
This
no.
is a cataclysm. A tragedy.
Not looking good here. Yeah.
Oh.
All right. There we go. There's the medic. That was the medic, apparently. Or yes? No? Something's happening. I've lost track at this point. Munster's now in. He's the coach of the Party Astronauts, so he's now in the 5.
Did we
That
lose someone
shouldn't
from
be
Party
happening.
Astronauts too? Nope. John G's back. All good.
All good?
Hypothetically, this is all good.
I think we're just
suppose-
watching the medic in action here is what's going on.
Look, but I mean, I'm always hearing about like how good medical dramas can be, and we've got one live here.
It's like
on
watching
the
live
CS
surgery.
Twitch channel. Yeah. Never thought this would be the entertainment of the night. I'm impressed.
Have you ever wanted to see open heart surgery? Well, now you can.
Tell me they did surgery on a Counter-Strike?
Did you play Operation growing up? The board game?
I did.
Classic.
I think I didn't have one, but my friend had one at their house, and played it a couple times, you know? It's a
I
classic.
remember my cousin had a version of it called Alien Autopsy, where it was like Operation, except instead of operating on the cartoon guy, you were operating on an alien. You had
Was
to
it
pull
like
out
the same
alien
game,
organs.
just with like a different like,
Exactly the
cardboard
same.
cutout?
But when you touch the sides, right? Not only would you get zapped, but also, or not zapped, but you know the alarms would go off. The alien would scream, and it was like horrifying. It was way darker than Operation, which is already kind of dark when you think about it. But this one was like, yeah, you are mutilating this poor alien.
Sometimes I think, what happened to the poor Operation guy? Like, homie has got like a comically small shoe stuck in his left rib. How does that happen?
Skiing accident.
Tragic, really.
That's my theory. Hopefully this is going live. We should just be going live here in a moment. Let's see if we've got another update. Wait, there's a problem. Uh-oh. It doesn't seem like we are going live here in just a moment, folks. We may have been a little premature. Just a little bit. Thanks for bearing with us here, folks, while we try and get this show back on the road. Let's do a review of the new sticker capsule. Here we go.
Oh, I've not seen it yet. Let me pull it up.
Yeah. Head on over to the CSGO Twitter if you haven't seen it. Oh, he's got a new prof pic. That's majestic. And a new Twitter banner.
Oh,
Have they
wow.
already changed the Twitter banner to the Navi one? Navi winning the major?
I don't remember it. Last time I checked the account, it wasn't this. I feel like it was a recent change. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm gaslighting myself, going a little crazy. This is fine sticker. Honestly, well timed. That's how I'm feeling. This is fine. After every SEA match get
Are we back?
delayed.
Is this happening?
Slide.
Is this a round?
This feels like it could be a round.
This feels like
We're
a round.
watching Clausia play the game. Well,
There's a
I
Zeus
suppose we're
out.
back.
I think I need to see Jazzpimp's icon move on the map. That's all I need to see now. I think it is live. They're going for it. Flashbang was good. Double clear out towards Banana. This should be fine. Jazzpimp is moving, so I think we are fully a go. Again, this should be 9-8, I believe. We'll see. The scoreline will update here in just a moment, but it's not looking like there's going to be much doing in this round for the ChocoCheck side, which it was an eco, is expected.
The Goose Hollow looks pretty cool. It's like a sneaky beaky department. It's like a little logo thing with a, what is that, a goose or a duck, something along those lines in it. Always happy for some new additions, but Clausia, he held up all this time, so he looks to go out with a bang in this round. Zeus, stuck in the corner towards the library. They'll hunt him. John G, come on. Give it to him. Oh, the noise, no!
Oh, not happening.
Zeus shot missed, and now this should be for real 9-9.
This is in fact for real 99. You can see the score.
We're back.
Didn't update. We're back. The game is happening. We're good. everything's good. Janji, 4 kills in that last round. That's just money, right? The money printing machine making noise here. And it seems like the party astronauts are going to rock the bonus buy into this one. Obviously, first gun round coming up for ChocoCheck. Lots of money to spare for the party astronauts. So they're just going to see if they can get away with this. And they're going to go fast up Banana to do so. Lots of util early on. Nade's chasing. Carson manages to dodge all the damage on that, but it will funnel the players off of Banana. And while some counter utility is coming in from the CTs, this is theoretically retake utility. The deep Molotov means that the Ts don't really have to respect it. And a remolly. Okay, just to make sure nobody got out towards sandbag. That's a heavy util commitment, but it means that they're going to have this Banana control. Are they going to be able to trust it all round long? George wants to come back into this. They could flash into it. Actually, they couldn't. They don't have a flashbang. They have a smoke and a molly still, but no flashbang, so he'll go and dry, and it will work. Janji caught off guard, and he was alone. They just left Janji there. A bit of a Trojan horse. Sent everybody else around the other way. Good flashbang on CJ, but George is here in time. So much damage done from George. His 3rd kill in the round, and it's a massacre. But it's a massacre coming back the other way. DJ somehow turned this on its head. Now, the 2 Ts through the CT spawn bisect the map, and ChocoCheck will try and adjust.
This gets interesting. Carson has to perform here. 1 and done, that's good enough, and he doesn't find it. Head removed. A ripper of a shot out of DJ, so now the retake, it stays 2 versus 2. But the utility is good. The players now left for ChocoCheck. 4 flashes, a smoke among them. And the health advantage to work with, too fast, is Clausia. Already his way up Banana, and his teammate in Jazz Pimp will soon join DJ. Telling me the idea of an extension out towards spawn. That one smoke, will it be committed to the cross? If it comes to cut off DJ, it can be huge, and the smoke comes well-timed. Now reposition has to come through Cynic. He is so alone. The flash is running in. None of them find effect. It's just the talk. Wait, play the time game, and DJ will swing forward. The health low, it's not a matter. Jazz Pimp, oh, he's noted. Now the position given away, and the position is expected, but noise being made. He'll try and run away, but there's just no time. Party astronauts come back in after a long pause and take themselves towards the double digits.
And a reminder, that was a bonus round for the party astronauts, so even though they lose all 5, that's ideal. You killed 4, you won the round. That's how you take the lead here. And it was unfortunate for Jazz Pimp, right? His teammate dies towards coffins. He's the guy with the kit. There was a kit, but he dies, and it's so far away from the bomb that there's just no way to win it. Really unfortunate there for Jazz Pimp. Still, a very good round for the party astronauts. Despite losing an initial pick, they rally, and they manage to find that split in towards spawn, and with the positioning advantage, I mean, the deleting the player in church was critical to the round. That kill from DJ was the crux. But once they get it, they're good for it.
That they are. It's going to be a bit of a gamble towards the A site. The bomb is here, but still, options remain open. Clausia, this position before, we saw him get a pretty good job done. The molly, he'll try and fight past it. Needs a couple ticks. Falls away. They're trying to bait in for Jazz Pimp with this sole AK, but Party Astronauts is getting suspicious of it. We'll spam away, re-clear some space in the apartments, but over towards Banana still. John G is there. It'd be an insurance policy if they want to cancel this one, head back towards B, but they're still showing an indication towards this A site. They're still applying pressure, keeping the util down. And that AK will just stay tucked. Jazz Pimp in waiting. He's playing the anti-flash. And well, the Party Astronauts have given themselves a gift. Decides against it for now. Instead, re-clear up Banana off the back of Janji. Crisis quite possibly averted.
I'll wait for the smoke to fade. There's a re-smoke.
Oh, no.
Lots of util here, but they've already smoked across. Are they just going to go through? If they go through, there's probably not much there. Good shot for Carson. Ahead of the util, just comes out. That's a beauty. That's a real beauty. But now Carson is going to have to try and stem the tide. He may have just been the little Dutch boy sticking one finger in the dike, and a flood's coming out the other side. He's going to try his best, but there's not going to be much here. He's out of bullets at the worst time. One more slug in the magazine, and he might just have had this round.
Uh-oh.
But as it stands right now, nope, Classy is still moving. We're good.
Oh.
We're good for now. I think he just stopped to see if someone would come out. Give him a chance on the deke shot. He's going to try. He's going to make it costly. Oh, he's going to win the round. My
How?
goodness, Glacia! Another three-piece put together, but this time his game didn't crash. They gave him the fights, and he took every inch he was allowed.
Ridiculous. For him to be able to find that one back into the game, straight into hitting the shots. I mean, for Party Astronauts, felt like they gave that away. The ping pong in and out, give away those individual fights. The trade swing tries to come on through, but the damage was already done. The headshots were aligned. A disaster, to be frank. Still, they got the bomb down. There's money. It was a round that should not have been lost, but Party Astronauts at least will keep a buy up. But now, this is a swing round. Players bought down to 150. That loss bonus only just starting to brew. If this round is lost, things start to look dire. This could be the turning point for ChocoCheck.
It certainly could. I do want to give huge credit to Glacia, right? Even with that setup, what is Party Astronauts to do, right? It's like, do you just tuck and try and eat those precious seconds? Or do you try and peek together? He didn't give him a chance because he forced into it. He pushed into the angle. I mean, that was brilliant deagle work. Big kill for John G early on here. He's going to try and continue this on through, and he has found a player. But Ben Lee is taking a casualty on the other side of the map, and there's the split towards B if they want to. But no, they get the player lane, so now they'll just take the A site. Why not? It's free. Right for the taking. This is a catastrophe for ChocoCheck. It could not have gone worse. The bomb is going to go down. George is already getting bracketed in. Cynic's going to hold for him bottom banana. Meanwhile, Jonji's worked all the way through for spawn, and, well, they won't even have to worry about it too much. That's going to be a good round for the Party Astronauts. What a way to answer that insane Deagle clutch coming through. And now, Party Astronauts back in the lead.
Oh, yeah, they are. Party Astronauts. Honestly, just pulled an absolute hat trick out of their bag. That was the tipping point for them, and they have turned it straight on back, pressured the hand of ChocoCheck in the other direction, and now it'll be them forced down onto this save. I've loved the pacing in this half from Party Astronauts. They've given themselves constant opportunities to reevaluate, to re-rotate, to find the opening. And ChocoCheck, they're a team that sometimes gets a little over-aggressive, over-rotates just a bit. The talk of aggression, George, well, he'll try for it, but the Molly kept him zone off from the rest of his team, and the 5-7 just not good enough. Oh, now here comes another bit of utility. Trapped in is Carson and already spotted out, taken down. Jonji, you know, sometimes you just gotta add a little bit extra on top. It's like, you're at an Italian restaurant. You're at an Olive Garden. The waiter's there, right? Got the Parmesan. Tell me when to stop. No one told Jonji to stop. He just kept going. He's committed to his craft.
You said Italian restaurant, then you went with Olive Garden. You're so
Midwest. But I feel like that's where it happens, right?
You're in Philly. We don't do those. We don't do those. Not here. Yeah. Just keep going with the Parmesan. Just keep going. You know what's one of the funny things I've found about Philadelphia is despite having a massive Italian-American population, Italian food in this city is really hit or miss. There's a lot of bad Italian food in this city, which makes no sense whatsoever. But it's true.
Surprising.
Shocking, really. A tragedy, if you will. I don't know why.
Ooh,
we gotta fix it. Run boost.
Nothing given. But
dang, did it look cool.
You know, sometimes that's all that counts. Look a little bit cool on top, but ChocoCheck's gonna need more than that. Carson will be on the jiggle here with his Molly banana pressure applied, and now the reset over towards the A site. ChocoCheck is actually contesting, trying to keep control deeper towards the bracket, and Jazzpimp, he's found a gap. Does he spot the legs? Somehow misses out, only able to find a bit of a tag. His opponent alone goes down to half HP. King, is there a flash? Oh yeah, there is, and there's a spray too, but it's only one. His teammates help to aid, and Jazzpimp just able to pick right back up on the line and find a little bit more. It's just Pone alone, and Cynic left. The bomb is down, and the utility, it's there. 2 smokes. A little bit more to back up around it, but getting past Jazzpimp, that's the biggest issue.
New big question is, can you bleed a couple players before you drop? Obviously, you'd still love to win the round, but there's 40 seconds here. Be realistic. If they can get 3 kills out of this, phenomenal. We know that CT economy is still on the ropes. You do not want to let them get through this round clean, even if you're conceding the round. Now, they have isolated 2 players towards the site. Giving up the angle here makes this a lot more interesting for Jazzpimp. Crossing back in towards mid. That's going to be problematic, but they can't punish it. Now they're coming up the lane. That's a big kill, and it's going to be all right. Out of time, out of clock, out of lives. That's going to be the one. Only one kill found. It's done and dusted.
Oh boy. Good round to pick up there for ChocoCheck. Party Astronauts now. We'll have the buyback on through. And I honestly wouldn't hate to see a little bit of a change in their pace. Thus far, all these rounds have been trying to keep it slow, give themselves options. ChocoCheck had enough of that. Put the pressure forward, are able to isolate that bomb and catch Party Astronauts off before they can fully commit on into anything. So maybe you change it up. This banana fight has been won the majority of the time. Just catapult off of that, try and take something towards B. There are options open, but it's Inferno. It's a default. It's what we expect most of the time, as that opt for Jazz Pimp will again be posted out towards mid. He's trying to play with the idea of an early fight here, but we'll fall away for now.
"35 seconds into the round, no one's died." This might be the longest we've said that in a round between these two teams.
Feels like it.
That first half in particular was so quick, which we expect out of a ChocoCheck T side. You just kind of expect it, but still, lightning fast. Heavy porch presence here. Jasmine's going to be able to get the first. Do they expect so many bodies here? Oh, good Molotov. CJ's burning, gets the smoke down, but did he get it in time? They know they've got him hemmed into a corner, and they are going to be able to finish off that kill. Now, they've got the pressure, they've got the presence, and with the smokes up, they're going to collapse in towards the site. The op can reposition, but it's not there in time. Ben Lead already posted on the corner, means everything's going to be on the Glacia. They know he's here. The mollies are coming in. The nades are there. The sprays are there. They've got the site. This bomb is going down. And for most teams, this would be an immediate pull on the save. George still wants to give it a look-see to see if he can't get in, but this one's going to be done. He's going to have to back away. Carson's not even thinking about it. They need these guns if they're going to be able to buy going forward. So they're going to have to concede a 13th to the Party Astronauts.
The choice made for him. Party Astronauts a faster pace over towards the A hit. And despite the best efforts on the balcony hold, it's one molly, a delayed smoke, enough to isolate the players. And ChocoCheck forced on away. Jazz Pimp, he's felt hit or miss with that AWP in his hands, and in this round, probably needed to be able to land that second. Finds the first, falls away, but the smoke is in a position where he can't really support his teammate too much more, so it's isolated, but weapons have been saved on over. There'll be an investment up around it. At least something to take home for ChocoCheck.
Could be a last hurrah, though. Really could. They've bet the house on this one. Took out a second mortgage. Put it all on black. They're going to let it ride. See if they can do it here. Party Astronauts, you crack this. And it's smooth sailing on the nuke. All but. So, here we go. Roll the dice. Aggression down banana this time. Into the Molotov. Jasmine burning, but a smoke goes down. He only takes minimal damage. So that's not a bad effort at all. Nade's chasing as well. Ben Leet has paid the penalty of his team's aggression in this round, but they've got the space. They've got the map control. And they avoided losing any casualties until that nade lands in Ben's lap.
Jonji wants to phase past his smoke, but the molly will stop him for now. A flash just to get posted on the line for Pone alone. Surely ChocoCheck doesn't peek this. They have the man advantage. They can just relax, and they will for now. A nest egg on the A site. One setup in pit, second over towards the graveyard, and Jazz Pimp holding. Watching the flank, protecting this setup. It'll be Apartments control the first domino to fall, and swap over of the utility for Cynic is Say site. Seems like it must be the destination. But again, the setup's still ripe. Clausia looking like he'll take first.
I don't think we've seen this particular graveyard setup, I want to say, since the pistol round, so it could catch them off guard. A little bit of a off angle, if you will. Good flashbangs, though. CJ's pushed back in. He's dead. Just to the Molotov. Now they know about it. Drop shot.
Okay.
Not going to work for Clausia. Trying to track the target down. He could only get one. That's not enough, to be quite frank. Again, a really tough situation for ChocoCheck. Do you want to attempt this retake? You don't have much to work with. You at least have the kits, but just flashbangs. No smokes to isolate your fights. No Molotovs to clear positions. It's not an easy one, and they're going to back away. They do have a little bit of cash in the bank, but it's going to be very much strapped in this next one at Party Astronauts. They're climbing right on up. 14 rounds found. This is their opponent's map pick. They're looking to salt this Inferno victory away.
So much of that setup felt like it relied on that pit player getting a little bit more done. Even if it's just buying time, right? Take that first bit of contact, stay alive, sustain, force the Party Astronauts to dispel you from the position, and once they're focused on that player, then your graveyard player pops up, aims to help, but the timing was just a little bit off. The pit was cleared out almost instantaneously, so that graveyard, what could have been a pop-up, what could have been the surprise attack, turns into, well, practically nothing. Is at least be a few guns kept on through. ChocoCheck have just been milking this economy along, trying to keep the rifles up. And they've kept the op alive, been able to grab one over for Jazz Pimp. But again, it has really been hit or miss with him on this gun.
Yeah, it has been. He's had some very good rounds, some very good moments, but hasn't exactly been the difference maker, and they could perhaps use a difference maker here. Doesn't need to come from the op, but certainly would be an obvious answer for it. Utility in. Carson tucked into the corner here behind the sandbags. Molly will buy him a bit of time, but not limitless. Flashbang's good. Carson, they see that nade. They know he's in the corner. He can't get away from it. Trying to go ahead of the flashbang. He's down. Done for the count. It's going to be tough. Losing that initial pick. They'll rotate one more off. Now they've got the 2-2 set up. Trying to fight towards Boiler. That works out. Classia getting aggressive with it. Love that response from ChocoCheck. Recognize that if they sat on their hands, they were in a really tough spot, and it wasn't going to get better. So they go forward, and they make something happen while they've hopefully got that isolated lurk player. They proved correct on that, and it works out beautifully. Great kill for Ben Lee. Straight up fight, pretty much, and he wins it. Won't get the next, but now he knows what Jazz Pimp is, and this is going to be interesting. They've tried to rotate to respawn. That means Classia could be out of position here. Coming back in a library, but somebody else is in there from the T side, and that could be punishing. No information here for CJ, but a big kill for Classia. But CJ can't follow it up. Classia has to do something big, and he's scoped upon. Posted on the angle is Pwn alone. This one's looking over. This one's looking like 15 for the Party Astronauts. Jazz Pimp needs to pull off something heroic here.
And he's gonna give it the old try. Kit, op. No utilities. There's something on the ground to recover. He'll have to wait for the clearance on the smoke. And the pit is Cynic. Posted across from him is Pwn alone. A tough one to break.
He's not going
Not
in.
trained. Yeah, does he even clear the angle? No. Not ready for it. Pwn alone will shut down on Jazz Pimp, and map point will be secured for the Party Astronauts. They managed to buy so much time in Banana. It was Bentley taking one, keeping the op occupied, and pulling a secondary rotation. It gave the bracket control. Catapult that one in towards that A. Hit the A defenders. Completely isolated on the ChocoCheck side. And then that retake. Honestly doomed from the onset with just an AWP.
This is by and large a really good game for the Party Astronauts, right? Apart from that one miscue in the first half that realistically cost them a 3 or 4 round swing.
Yeah.
This has been a fantastic game of Inferno. They're playing nicely. Not flawless by any measure. There's always things to work on and improve, but a nice game for sure. George, trying to find a player he anticipates being in smoke. This is a very dangerous duel. They know John G likes to press these fights. They know he likes to get aggressive with it. And they're correct. But at least for now, he's not gone through the smoke. They're going to wait for it to clear. They've taken this banana play. Can they isolate the player back? Sandbags. Big kill for Jazz Pimp. Again, the fight in towards the apartments works, but George overstays his welcome. Yes, he's done damage. Actually, a terrific amount of damage. And that'll be followed up. Now we're getting the fight out from ChocoCheck. A 4v2 they've put themselves in. They've isolated the Party Astronauts out on towards Banana.
2-2 split up. Carson plays the gap. Spenley looks to do the same. We'll tuck deep in towards the corner. His HP so low. He'll just wait. Bomb on rotation. Back up towards the catwalk. 2 players on either of these sites, and it's a rather passive hold for ChocoCheck. One back towards Emo. Carson on the new box. How much utility is available here? A smoke for the cross. Pwn has a molly. If that can be well placed, he can isolate these duels down. A shot to be found with the AWP gets things going. Low HP for Bentley. But he trusts Pwn on the op. Keeps the big green in his hand to peek forward. Smoke. Does that come? No. Is he risking it? Makes the decision. Decides not to over the welcome in the molly. Not in the right spot. 2 players still in the back, sighting up and over the top. It will not work out. Colossia and Carson combine, take down the both, and keep ChocoCheck gaming in it.
Beautifully done there as well to show their restraint, not to overcommit to the fight. You want to keep the bodies alive there, and they do so. 3 rounds are what they need for overtime, right? 3 rounds in a row. Can't make too many mistakes here, but it's not a moonshot by any measure. Gotta keep grinding them out. And this one will be a fully armed Party Astronaut squad on the other side. So this is not going to be a cakewalk by any measure. The only restriction is TJ's utility. That's hardly much of anything. Now, what I am curious to see is how the adjustment comes through from the Apartments fight, because we've seen ChocoCheck get the better of the Apartments lurker 2 rounds in a row here. So this time you're seeing them commit numbers to it. Maybe try and change that alchemy and see if they can't catch the players in a peak this time around. But seeing the heavy presence, getting utility in their face, ChocoCheck's just going to give up the space. But it does mean there's only 2 players here towards A, and not a quick rotator available either. And Janji punishing Carson means that it's going to keep these players bottled up and occupied on Banana for much longer. Until they kill Janji.
The big if was always there, but in the 4 versus 4, A side has to be the destination. Already walked up quite close is Benleet. Flash reigns in. King talked close, and he'll find the first. CJ doing well. Clausia eats some damage, but still, no trades have come through, and Clausia takes the second. Pone alone now. It's just him. AWP in hand. CJ wants to take a better angle. And look at the backstab. It's underway. This op will not be saved. This round is over unless the no-scope. Not even time on the reaction. George shuts it down, so ChocoCheck starting to make that case for OT. His Party Astronaut's economy is crippled.
Really brilliant use of the setup on A. Right, just nicely played. It's a straightforward setup. 2 players, one behind the default box, one up in the boost. Just play off of each other. But the chemistry's there. And it works out very nicely. So you take the first swing from the player boosted up. Guy clearing it doesn't even know there's one behind the default box. And the next player comes around trying to threaten the boosted player. Back and forth. 1-2 punch. Don't know which way to look. Run boost over. A little bit of voice shenanigans on that one. And we got a Tech 9 buy. Little Tech 9 maneuver. I'm a fan of the Tech 9 buys. I think it's an undervalued pistol at this point. I think it's pretty nutty on that run and gun.
Especially on a map like Inferno. Close that gap. Get nice and close with the tech. You can deal some serious damage. If the time is right, there's significant utility to back the buy up as well.
Yeah, they went in.
Yeah, they want this one. Nate will be the first forward class. Yeah, this is such a dangerous position for him because just on the other side, there's a player over towards the apartments. Where is the bomb headed? They're trying to wrap this one in towards B, and Carson completely denies. 3 frags picked up. The bomb falls on the floor, and so too will Janji, but he takes one with him. Able to find something in this round, but Colossia will not give any more away. A clean round to bring us to the 30th.
Nice bit of chew through from Carson there on the spray down, right? Just have the number of bullets to chew through those players. Now, I mean, this is our 30th round. There's going to be limitations in it. We're going to have SMGs out for at least one player. Janji rocking the Khalil. Pone alone, who's been the star of this map, 27 kills. He paces the scoreboard, I think, for either side. We've had some disconnect, reconnect shenanigans, so I'm not 100% confident in that statement. Is stuck on a MAC-10. Now, he's a guy who's a Swiss Army knife. He can make anything work, but you'd really rather enable your best players in the last round. We'll see if they can close it here. Aggression coming through. A player out of the apartments, and Classy's going to get one and be able to slip away. Completely unexpected that he'd go so bold in this and slip out of T-Apps. Big kill to find to set up ChocoCheck with an early advantage, an early lead.
Carson
is a little bit committed to this. They've gotten him in this position before, but not this time. This time it's good. Party Astronauts, they're getting shut down at every turn. It's looking like overtime here, Mimi.
That it is. Janji and Cynic now remain. The bomb is so far back. Someone has to step up. Make a big play, Janji. Can he be that man? A wall of smoke, a wall of opposition still stands between the Party Astronauts and a clean break from Inferno. I'll give it the try. But all he's doing is continuing to give away his position. Flash smoke forward. Still just waiting on that fade. Cynic has another for the cross if they want to just try and take this one hard B. But even on the less defended site, things are still difficult. Re-smoke up. The A1S is so good in these situations. Just spray away. But neither side connecting. 30 seconds now. The hit has to come eventually in the smoke. They'll cross up a boost above, though. It's George on the angle. Has fallen away, so it's got to be Carson. On the site, finds his. Now just Cynic for the 1 versus 5. And while he takes down 1, the odds just stacked so heavily against him. A wrap coming through. And the isolation not even given over. George will take the first one, and we'll take a break before overtime commences.
There from the party astronauts, they could not close it out. A little comeback from ChocoCheck sees us in overtime, where everything's on the table and anything could happen here. So a little bit of extra spice, a little bit of extra excitement in our first map of this best of 3.
But no extra salt.
No extra salt.
Just some ChocoCheck to work with in this one. T-side will be the start for Party Astronauts. That 19, the magic number that either of these teams will look to reach. It's the normal slew of utility over towards Banana, but that's a little out of the ordinary. Spray through the smoke. George gets caught. A great way to start for the Party Astronauts until Jazzpimp replies. Gets hit with the AWP and takes down a player getting a little too extended deep towards that B site.
Reposition from Carson this time. He's back, not playing the sandbags, and he's being pressured through the coffins. Wherever he goes, he manages to find that contact. Player in towards the pool already. I don't think he realizes one cross. He's wary of the possibility. Now he spots. Now he knows Jonji's out here, and Jonji's on a bit of an island. They've gotten a kill elsewhere, so they're going to leave Jonji. They're going to abandon him because Cynic has found this space towards A. Too bad, so sad. Sorry. We got places to be. Do not ascribe to the no man left behind philosophy. The bomb's
No,
down.
they do not.
The health's bad here, right? 35 points of health between Carson and Classy. They really can't afford to take a spray fight. So Jazzpimp is going to have to do a bulk of the work, and he's the guy with the op. Maybe want to Bogdan that over to somebody. But instead, they'll try and boost him up to try and wrench this site open. And that's a shot, but it's only a tag. Time is whittling off the clock. Precious seconds lost here, and Ben Leap from the boiler could just shut this all down. He will indeed. It's all into Jazzpimp. He's got one shot, but he can't win this round.
We'll try and take another duel. Drop at least the gun, but it's OT. How much shot can you even put into that one? Party Astronauts will take the first. And again, they prove their flexibility into the mid-round. Initial pressure out towards Banana. They get quite deep. Jonji practically swimming in the site, but from the pool he was removed and the lurk was allowed over towards the A site. So rotation comes underway, and that AWP, the unhealthy players, the retake, just not the best of possibilities. Now, for the side of ChocoCheck, how will they change this setup? Will they change this setup? Because Jazzpimp, in that previous run, was able to get something early, going with the AWP. Something that we haven't seen too much within regulation. I want to see this guy be the difference maker that he can be on the days where he is hitting. And well, Carson, he wanted to be that man, wanted to close get something done, but is forced to expel the smoke, so eat some flames at the feet. And are they trying to get aggressive in this one? There's a flash. The smoke is still keeping them out. Carson is just sprinting on forward and will fall in that one. George cannot see a thing, and this has gone so horribly wrong. ChocoCheck tries to commit, and now the shot even misses for Jazzpimp. It's all gone wrong. Site's been taken. Retake, gonna be tough. Everyone across the map, just 2 flashes of smoke, but Kaisia has an angle, not for long. It's the AWP again. Pone alone. He is ripping in overtime. And now it's just CJ, DJ, already on the hunt.
DJ on CJ. Just gotta call in AJ and the rest of the Alphabet crew. And we're good to go. We'll see if CJ truly is the king. Not in this situation. DJ, king of the J's. JJ.
AJ.
LL Cool J. There's some J's out there.
Maybe
Mocking
a couple
J.
extra letters added on to that. Mockingjay.
Blue Jay.
I don't know if it quite fits the naming convention, but if you ever want to like get into the whole playing thing, maybe that's your route. Maybe that's your route. But in this one, the route's going to be in another attempt at the run boost across. This time, no AWP on top of it. It's just to deny the AWP in the hands of Pwn alone. Jonji is so deep. He's already passed all of the banana utility and chunks down Carson to just 10 HP. He will fall away. But this is pulled to rotations. Jazzpimp is here with the AWP. And the thing is, for all that utility expelled on the side of ChocoCheck, Party Astronauts has still made no real commitment.
Let's talk about Jonji, too. Jonji did not have a good first half.
No.
Really was slow into it.
Wait a minute.
He's 25 and 24 now. He's looking to stack on an extra if they come looking into him. He's really come alive here on the T side for the Party Astronauts, right? Which is kind of what you expect. Like, he plays an entry role on the T side. We saw him get sacrificed 2 rounds ago when he was left to die in the pool. He's doing great work for them here. So come alive in a big way, and that can be a huge difference maker for the Party Astronauts. Utility sailing in towards A. They are going to give up that B control, but it is going to be the commitment in here. Smokes on. Again, allow them to isolate the site, but 3 players tucked in. This is going to be a bit more reinforced than it typically has been for ChocoCheck. They're going to have a brawl in their hands to try and take this. Carson playing his timing here in the graveyard. He's got 1. Classia 2. Carson won't find anything, but they still got Classia alive in the pit, and I don't think CJ's been revealed just yet. Pressure coming on, 20 seconds. They have to hit the accelerator. That bomb is out in the open. There's a player in library now, so they can't afford to play out these long positions. That's going to be it. That's going to be the round. It can't be won here for Jonji. He will drop. So at least something doing here in that first half of overtime for ChocoCheck. We will be headed into the second just quickly here, folks. No break on this one. But a lead again for the Party Astronauts.
A lead indeed. And for the Party Astronauts, you're right, you bring up the point around Jonji, and I love their willingness to set him aside. He finds 1, even trades. We have a lurk over towards A. Don't overcommit. Don't get in too deep. The one round where that failed, well, it's the round that they lost. A bit of an overcommitment in towards the stack on A. Things slip away. But now it's the other side who has to make a go of the attack. It's ChocoCheck looking to garner at least 2 here. Keep themselves going, to keep things a bit more even, and maybe, just maybe, close this one on out. A little bit of extra utility thrown over for George. This makes me think maybe he's gonna get a little hyper-aggressive, but for now, he'll just hold for the push-up mid. Benley just nearly misses out on a shot.
Classia with the opener. Pwn alone out of play, the heavy hitter. 30 kills on the board. No more in this one. Classia, I'm curious what the full statistics are because he had to disconnect, reconnect. He's been ballistic since he rejoined, done some serious work. Jonji, big kill. Can they get a follow-up? Not really. It's going to be left to DJ to hold the line, and while he does find one more, can't win the round. He sets up Benlito with an interesting prospect. A 1v2 retake. He's got an AWP to do it. I think he'd love to be able to get his hands on a rifle, but that's probably not doing. A re-smoke up there makes life difficult. He'll throw his own smoke, give himself a little bit of a lurk angle out here. And he doesn't find anything, but maybe it gives him some space. That's all he's really looking for as a player. Close up. Oh, isolates the fight. Doesn't expect the next towards default. Assume he'd be more tough. Tried to read it, and CJ takes the round. We're all tied up here, 17-all. This one's coming down to the wire.
That it is. ChocoCheck. A good look on that hit over towards the A site. Able to shut down Jonji nice and early on. So, an extra wall of smokes and keep things up. I'm wondering if this is a tactical timeout. I'd imagine it will be for the side of the Party Astronauts. Regroup a little bit. recoup because I didn't see where exactly it happened, but Ponalone dropped really early. Last I saw, I think he was over towards the apartments trying to contest with that AWP, maybe bit off a little more than he can chew. His op can be so good, but when he falls early in these rounds, options get very, very limited.
Yeah, I mean, I think he literally got outdueled by a rifle. Just going for the fight and getting dropped. Sometimes you're going to get got, and you're absolutely right. It takes a huge firepower element out of it for them. So here we go. Okay, so Clasia has 34 kills. I wouldn't just pull up the ESEA match page because I need to know. He has at least 34 kills total in the game, which is pretty bonkers. Clasia having a monstrous performance here. 34 and 21, I think. Again, his statistics not accurately reflecting because of a little disconnect, reconnect type of situation. A little game crash. Just a little game crash.
A smidgen.
That's
a treat. Yeah.
Jinx.
Keep a little bit extra for you as Jazz Pimp. He wants a reasonable bite. Not getting over aggressive with the op. He stepped up in OT with the weapon. Slow in regulation and now feeling a little better with it in his hands. Pwn will still hold. Bomb not committed just yet. And you have Carson very, very deep holding for banana aggression. They're waiting to see if maybe Jonji or another member of the party astronauts will get funky, get aggressive, but nothing doing. At least not yet. 45 seconds now. Utility lined up. They try and re-clear banana here. There's an aggressive hold. Both Jonji and Pwn alone here. If they try and commit up banana, Pwn can get one, fall away, bait in for Jonji. This is dangerous. Oh, this is dangerous.
Good
and
flash.
Pwn will take the shot, but Jonji, does he get checked?
No.
No. 2 have crossed. He has the discipline, and they're all lining up. How many can he get? It's 3, and
4.
Pwn helps out. Jonji takes the 4th, and the party astronauts, they'll grab 18. The discipline, the setup, it all works wonders.
Gotta clear your corners, folks. Gotta clear your corners. They get so excited chasing the op, right? They know they can get that pressure on. We talked about it in the first half. It's similar to what they're doing. You see that op, you just try and chase him down so they can't get back into positions. But they completely overlook sandbags. Completely overlook it. Jonji just has to wait. He doesn't even have to wait long, right? It's not like he was crazy disciplined there. They just gave him the fight. Carson catching the timing, but the trade is there, and I think that's the party astronauts winning it, maybe? Nope. Okay. Server survived. Just a little hitch. Little hitch. Oh, another little hitch.
Maybe a bigger
big hitch?
Big hitch?
Oh,
you know?
unhitch. Hold on.
Oh.
I'm gonna shake the server. See if I can get it
Just
unstuck.
give it a good old kick.
See if I can get it unstuck here.
You know,
It's not working.
Claudio's just trying to get his steps in. He's really exercising over towards the apartments. Everyone is, right? They just want to be healthy.
I think that's the server dead, folks. And I think that's probably a 1917 for the party astronauts with it. I couldn't unstick the server, Mimi. I couldn't unstick it.
That's unfortunate. Maybe, have you tried shaking it a little bit harder?
Okay, all right. I'm going to give it one last good smack.
One more smack.
One more good smack. You ready, chat? You ready? All right, you ready?
Come on.
Didn't work.
Well, I suppose all we have to do now is wait 30 seconds, and this will most likely
I think it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
This is the 1917, folks. The party astronauts do win it. Unfortunately, we couldn't see that last round. Sometimes shenanigans happen with match medics and remakes and Go TVs, and it happens. It happens. We are going to take a quick little break here, folks, and we'll get ready for map number 2 here in just a flash.